Welcome everyone, my name is Christopher Sanchez. I'm a chairperson of the Debating Society Germany, and I'm now addressing you through what I think is a much shorter way of communicating to you rather than typing up long emails to this first video blog, more or less, to give you an idea of what we have in plan for what we have planned for season 2016-17. I would now like to first of all thank everyone that's been involved in hosting WSTC 2016 in Stuttgart. I think all of us here on EurOpen would agree that we've had a great success, that we have that we could draw a very positive result from everyone who's been involved in either helping at the tournament, preparing the tournament, communicating with companies abroad and domestic, and doing all the advertising, programming and the printing and all the work that's been done for the 10-day tournament. So thank you very much. I think we've had a great opportunity to present to the world what kind of work we can do and what the debate circuit here in Germany is able to do. And without any further ado, I'd now like to address what's coming up over the next couple of months. I would like to start with EurOpen 2016. That is this year. It's taking place in Hamburg this year, and it's organized by Sebastian Kruse and his team there. Thankfully, they have taken over this year because we were too much involved with organizing WSTC here, so we were not able to, due to the scheduling conflict, to organize both tournaments here in Stuttgart. So EurOpen 2016, without having to cancel in 2 years successfully, we are happy that it's now possible again to invite teams to Hamburg. And so far, I think over 40 teams have already registered. And if you're still interested, it's still possible to participate. But from teams that are now from domestic Germany or from southern Germany, it's only possible for you to sign up through homestay. So you'll probably be accommodated, or the debaters will be accommodated with family members on site in Hamburg. So it looks like the hostel beds are already taken. If you need to get in touch with Sebastian, please do so by the email address that's going to be that I'll put below the video with all the other links. It's EurOpen2016@schoolsdebate.de. Also new to this tournament is that it's going to be power paired, which means there's not going to be a draw. So you will be drawn at the first round, and that's going to be a random draw. And as of then you'll be swapping sides from prop to op or vice versa. And then you'll be paired according to performance of your team and the other teams as well. So if you lose the first round and the second round, then you'll be paired with a team with similar quality throughout the tournament. And it's going to continue for the first, if I remember correctly, 8 preliminary rounds. That's still going to be like that. That hasn't changed, but there's going to be 8 prelim rounds through power pairing and not through the pre-designed draw that we're all used to. So any news on EurOpen 2016, you can also refer to the webpage or ask Sebastian. Secondly, we have an invitation from the Landeszentrale für politische Bildung. It's election night on 8th of November in the United States presidential election. And if you were involved 4 years ago, we've already had a model debate in the Landtag building in Stuttgart. And that kind of opened the election evening in cooperation with both LPB and the DAZ, which is Deutsch-Amerikanisches Zentrum. And they're organizing a model debate for pretty much the whole plenary room that was full of school children. That was quite impressive. I don't know how they did it, but they were able to fill the room, and we had model debates there. Currently, the plan is that we ask Team Germany members who are now currently trialing for entering WSTC 2017, the team to be the performers there. The kind of an issue we're still trying to deal with is that they have to get back to Hamburg in time for the debate in the evening of that Tuesday, which is actually also finals day in Hamburg. The final is going to be in the morning. So we're still trying to figure out ways if it's possible to send the Team Germany candidates back to Stuttgart so they can have the model debate. If not, we would get back to you to find individuals who would be willing to participate in that debate. It's going to be a prepared debate, and if I remember correctly, it was only 6 minutes speaking time and there was no reply. So it's a rather short ordeal, but it's a great opportunity for us as DSG and also for debaters to have some exposure and do some advertising for what we do. Next on the list is the annual general meeting. That's JHV, Jahreshauptversammlung, if you're a member. So members are invited to attend on the 10th of December. That's currently the date, the only date where at least 3 out of 4 board members are able to participate. So that's probably going to take place as usual in Stuttgart, in the train station tower where there's a conference room. Usually we book that on the 10th of December. That's the current plan. Currently it's set to 4:30 p.m. so that it's going to be early evening, so that people can either travel all the way here to Stuttgart and travel back either Saturday night or Sunday morning. That's the idea behind it. So 16:30 or 4:30 p.m. would be the meeting time. As I said, it's only for members. If you're not a member yet, please also refer to one of the links below to fill in the membership form. If you intend to become a member, that would be very helpful. Also, please advertise membership to others. If you know people who would be interested in participating and who are interested in what we're doing, then please also make them aware of the opportunity that they have when they are members of our society, which is having a voting right and having some say on the influence on what we're going to do and which projects we can put into realization. Next are lots of dates for international tournaments. So if you have debaters who would like to participate, or if you know of school students or former school students who would be willing to accompany a team as either coach or judge, then please let us know. The first on the list is the Winter Holiday Open in Zagreb, Croatia, which will take place from 16th to 18th of December. It's a 6-round tournament and has a quarterfinal, and from there on up to the grand final. Then we have the opportunity, and we've also received an invitation from Cambridge University, who also have a schools debating format. They have a finals day on the 18th of February, but for that we would have to go through some trialing because we're allowed to send a guest team to Cambridge. And the current date we have in mind is the 14th and 15th of January. That's a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Typically how this works is that we or the participants chip in, or usually the DSG covers the flight for one of the Cambridge debaters from there to come here and give workshops first on the format, which is British parliamentary. And the British parliamentary format only requires 2 speakers per team. So if you have 2 able speakers or 2 experienced speakers or inexperienced people for that matter, you can send them to the workshop and trial debates on that weekend, which will take place most likely in the larger Stuttgart region. And they can trial against other pairs of 2 other teams in order to, so we can find out who would be the most qualified team of those who are available and those who are willing to go. And then we would assess them, and we would pick a winner, and we're allowed to send one team then to Cambridge, which would be the follow-up date of 18th of February. That's also Saturday. It's only a 1-day tournament, so there's going to be prelim rounds and the final in the evening. But I think it's very interesting, and hopefully we'll be able to find enough candidates so that we can send a team there. If you were involved, I think in 2013 we already had the opportunity to do the same thing in Oxford. So it was a great experience for everyone involved, and hopefully we can continue this not really tradition, but continue on attending tournaments at both Cambridge and maybe even Oxford. There's also a version for younger debaters, so middle school age, 14 and 15, so there's another opportunity opening up there, but we're just going to try out and see how it goes with the standard Cambridge STC in February. So if you're interested in that, there's links below, and email and write me if you have school students who would like to participate. Following are just more dates on international tournaments that we know of, the dates that are already there. So there's the Lutimer debating tournament in Slovenia. That's a very long tradition also for DSG to participate in. It will take place this year from 8th to 12th of March. That's a Wednesday through Sunday, and it's the 20th anniversary of debating at that school that's hosting it annually, which is called Franka Miklosica Gymnasia, I think. And it's going to be it's a longer tournament than the others, so I think it spans 5 days, but it's very, very nice. And I suggest if you're a teacher, or if you're an adult, or if you're a university student who would like to experience and first visit international tournaments, this is one we've been to almost every year so far, and take some students there, and they'll have a great debating experience as well. Heart of Europe is the next on the list. It's 13th to 17th of July. That's in Olomouc, Czech Republic. So it's a summer tournament. And the World Schools Debate Championship next year, which will take place in Indonesia, in Bali, will be from 1st to 11th of August. So there's all of these tournaments will be featured through the links below this video. So if you want to get more information on that, then please click on those. There are typically more tournaments taking place, namely the Bratislava SDC in Slovakia. It's typically around March, April, but we don't have a fixed date yet. Same is true for the Prague Debate Spring, which will most likely be in spring, but last year it was in July, so we don't know yet which date they will pick exactly. I think I skipped one. That's the Estonian Debate Society is offering the English College Open, it's called, in Tallinn from 27th to 29th of January, so that's rather a step back now. In January, so it's relatively close. It's the one following the Winter Holiday Open in Zagreb. That's 27th to 29th of January in Tallinn, so it's Friday through Sunday. It has workshops and a 6-round tournament, so 6 prelim rounds and then final rounds. That's all the information we have so far. We've been able to collect. On a more general note, we're looking for a programmer who would be able to do a refit on our webpage, which looks a bit antiquated and a little bit overloaded and it's a bit over clustered with things. There's probably more modern ways of presenting ourselves. If you know of a programmer who would be willing to do some web design, we're looking for someone to give the webpage a facelift or a complete overhaul or an entirely new webpage for that matter. We don't really, it's not really important. But preferably if this was a Joomla programming would be helpful, because at least 1.5 people are also already able to kind of work with Joomla, which is a content-based, I think it's called, it's a content-based system. So lots of users, it's much more intuitive to use rather than just like the plain formatting or plain programming, HTML or CSS or something. So if it's preferably Joomla or any of the other content-based systems, then like WordPress or others, I think Drupal, there's other programming languages like that. So if you know of a student who would love to put some effort into that and have a project to show, maybe for future, professional projects, then please let us know. If you know of anyone, there may also be some money involved. Obviously we can't offer the full charge that we would pay to get a professional website. That would, that the one price that I got one time was about 15,000 euros, so that's something we can't invest, but for a school student we would be able to maybe find an agreement so that he wouldn't have to do it entirely for free. Also, if you're interested in Senior League, Junior League, registration is currently open, and it will be until, that I don't know by heart, but if you check the webpage for Senior League, I think it ends in sometime in October, first half of October, and for Junior League is a bit of a later date, sometime end October or first half of November. The first date, however, for Junior League is also featured on the webpage. It is a date in the first half of December. I don't know it by heart, before I tell you something wrong. Just make sure that you find your way to the webpage. If you're interested to sign up your team, please do so. And that will be very helpful for us to know that we don't have last-minute signups. Okay, I think this is about it. Thank you very much for your attention and for watching this video, and I hope you could find something that would interest you and you would hopefully like to participate in, either you or your students, preferably both. Until next time, I see you. Bye-bye.